Changed. That's good. You are live?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Go ahead.
So, how can we be joyful and blissful on this plane without having to have special drinks, special drugs, special experiences?
Hmm.
Disneyland.
Yes. See, if we observe in the sound sleep, you are content, and contentment is a like a state of fulfillment. So, like on physical level, suppose if the hunger comes and you get the satisfied food, what do you feel? Content. What kind of feeling you get when you get the best food you liked, you love? What is that state? Content means a sense of fulfillment.
Mm-hmm.
You have a sound sleep with such a joy you cannot express. The real bliss, what you said, bliss cannot be expressed. Of course, when we see around the plant kingdom, what joy they get, what is their hunger, what is their drive. Uh, the gardener waters the plant, and right away the feeling comes of a vibration. Vibration is different. It does not say thank you, but it says by its appearance and that. So there is not two. This bliss means what the difference in the pleasure is. You are eating the food and you feel the contentment, and then the mind says, oh, little more. Then it extends it more, the desire, and overeat. That becomes the overeating, extend the contentment, it turn into pleasure, and pleasure turn into pain. So what we observe here, that pleasure is pain in disguise. And these two layers of body and mind, body is more honest. Uh, if you overeat, it shows. It shows the pounds. But the mind does the mischief and is not visible. So mind can be the best friend and best enemy, and yet is not visible. So the life of identification to the mind, is the life of information, all the computer information. But it's all running, and pleasure sometime appear as pain, then again pain, yo-yo all the time. How to observe it? Like the ocean and the waves. Are they two different, ocean and waves? The language, the word says ocean, and the and come in between, but it's one ocean, you know. So mind, of course, the disease means disease on the body. We are finding the cure. The mind, identification to the mind, and chaotic mind, and tense mind, nervous mind is a big havoc, you know. Even people have invented, what do they call bipolar?
Mm-hmm.
What a life. Bipolar, what is bipolar? Few days they are very nice and sweet and very sweet and nice, and then they are like very sweet, and then other days, other times like devil,
Yeah, very dark.
very dark. But if we observe around, around means the garden, the cats and dogs, the cats have the bipolar,
I don't think so.
the children, what the difference in the children, the pleasure and the bliss, because they don't know these words.
Mm-hmm.
Pleasure mean objective orientation. You get the object, you get pleasure, then you create more. That's body oriented. A mind causes happiness, the same pleasure. You can think of Hawaii with the mind and feel happy or unhappy. Then the bliss, which you said the word blissful, is without the objects, intrinsical pleasure, which is you are the blissful, like a little child, without the objects or without all this, they are he, ecstatic, happy, without the object. And this is the same state in the mini death. What is mini death? The thinking, doing to thinking, and then you slip into the being space. Being space, little bit dreams, and then which is sound sleep. Sound sleep has no objects, no thoughts, because thoughts are like objects. But when you are not a doer, you're not a thinker. The world drama is into doer, action, action, action. But the wise will learn the minimum action and maximum productivity. That's how even the material world from retail store to the wholesale, less work and much more productivity. The same way, this world war, more and more friction, more and more war, but they will advance into winning the war without the war. The weapons will disappear, the technology of communication will appear, and things are shifting and changing. This morning was coming a message to me that food, clothes, shelter. So people should create outside the home and Bangalore and their house, they should create one room for others. Okay, and that should be the guest room, and that should be three people. They want transitory, circular. Circular mean they cannot stay more than 3 days or 5 days, but they have to move. Food, what they have extra food, they put in that room. So, and anybody can come and use that free. So this will be the food, clothes, shelter, circle in circle, in circle. Imagine this division of me and others will start disappearing, and people will start feeling the consciousness, the love in action. And then more it will develop, not a computer development, but the real development of an extra room where you put a bed, where you put the extra foods there, clothes extra which you want to recycle, you put there. And they have suggestion box. Suppose if they want to help and or maybe one block can make one house. You know, it's like in circulation.
Yeah.
So imagine what a love. That is love and compassion in action.
It's a beautiful idea.
And all the churches, mosques, they should be the first one to initiate those.
Yeah.
Why? Because vocal compassion is not compassion. Except perpetuating the fear of God. 5 days do bad work, and Sunday they come and forgive me. I did this. No, love and compassion into action. They should make a house, guest house, and guest should be considered as divine house. So you can put, and that should be also circulation of percentage of the money they put into tax, or all the churches, and they should have those houses. Imagine what a big change, because everyone will be excited to do that, because they will get a little also help of the tax break.
Yeah.
Because this division, this ignorance of me, control, fear, that will uh, disappear, isolation of people. Where do we learn this from? We learn it even from the birds. Birds make the houses at the time of the conception, and that then they leave that houses for other birds.
Yeah.
Imagine. Because we are educated only wrong education, that this is me, the body, mind, and I have house, I have this. That security is not the security taught in schools and in the world. the security perpetuate bigger fear, security bolt. These are all the real security is here. Which companies can secure your breath? No, because there is one that security lies in insecurity, the love and compassion. The more you give, not take, the material world teaches you towards a center, towards a object, toward a objective world. What is the subjective? Is not taking but giving. And this will happen when we put into action that if we live in the fake world of material objects, then that will bound to bring us suffering. But when we understand the actuality and reality of this division of me and mine and what is thine, and put only God only on the weekend or just a word. No, not the word. This illusion of me and mine has to be understood into action. So, the very idea of seeking pleasure is the very clear example of boredom. And the people who are bored with their life, what they do? They watch one movie, next week another movie, third week another movie. They're befooling themselves, because all movies, world, a movie, sex, drug, violence, action of how to befool each other. And who enjoy those? The person who enjoy, who like that cheating and befooling. So we ourselves are responsible because sometimes we watch, but that watching become us and it become, like 3-4 kinds of movie. Violent movies. Who would watch violent movies? The one who
Some people like it. It's like exciting for them. They
exciting
lose
for them.
themselves in
Yeah.
that.
And then there are people horror movies.
Yeah.
And then there are people what you call funny movies or laughing movies. And you can spend your precious life. Then there are wise people. They will tell you that what can be a better movie than this movie, this life. Just start observing, watch what you have made out of yourself. So we are trained, the school, universities, the walls, but the real one learn from each moment. And there cannot be a bigger joke of all jokes, that not knowing oneself, not examining oneself, we try to judge, pass judgment to others, because out of foolishness we think that is the others and this is me. Identification to the body. Is it body, mind, just the vehicle? What is your vehicle? You came from other city to this, you put the vehicle there. Imagine if you put vehicle in your own head all the time. You're carrying your vehicle. This is my vehicle. The same way, yeah, you will get stressed out. And there are people who get identified to the car so much that they will shoot someone if.
Yeah.
So, the same way, this is not two. Like body, mind, the spirit, the soul, the light, these are different words. But they are body, mind, good as a servant, bad as a master. Like the same way that get drunk means like, how do the birds get drunk? Early morning they come, ha 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 ha. They are drunk with the divinity, ha 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 ha. They can't stop the rhythm, the singing. How a 5-year-old, 10-year, 6-year-old is drunk with the giggling, ha ha ha. Just with the joy itself, the divinity. Drunk means beyond the chattering of the mind, but you are enjoying when you are 9, 10-year-old, you are playing, the thinking is not running you.
Not yet.
Yeah, but this song you grow, and then your mind start thinking how to, because you have been taught by your culture that money is the God. Directly, indirectly, consumerization. And then there are that's what the communism says, okay, we provide you those things, but then you are also present. So, humanity, society is very good at throwing words. What words? Communism, capitalism, this, that. No. Therefore, the bliss, the drunk state of divinity is not dependent on any object outside than you. Because any drunk, any chemical drink, what will come and make you high will make you down. But the eternal drink, which is like immortality means beyond the time. That's mind is seeking eternal youth, eternal eternity. And is it possible? Yes, nowadays scientists are trying to copy a CD of your memory, but that memory is a junk. Because who wants the memory? You don't want the memory of your grandparents. What worth is that? What worth is that? That worth is nothing. So therefore, this beauty, renewal of new Sunday become Monday, and the same Monday turn into Tuesday. Those are the colors of times. One weather changes into winter, winter into spring, and what a beauty. So the mother nature, the clouds changes. You know, you go on the beach, Malibu, Santa every hour you will find a new painting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Without 100 people working. Each minute is a new painting. Each minute is a new painting. Now, is the painting changing or the one who is seeing the painting changes? Of course, the mind, because if for a dog is not a new painting, you see the difference. So the time, when the time has the quality of timelessness, that means timelessness, then it become nothing but bubble, and that is the eternal drink, joyful living, that you cannot get higher just by observing the beautiful painting, but how many times we be with the divinity or that what you call sunshine or the evening, what do you call that?
Sunset.
Sunset. How many times? How many times in a month? Not even.
Yeah. Couple. I try.
It's not about the numbers, how many, but the life has turned upside down. What that means, that we stuffed ourselves with the food, only three things: food, shelter, clothing, or you can be Miss Filipino, have thousands of shoes or thousands of perfume. What else? What else? The person who is really content with the real contentment need nothing and nothingness. That is the real eternal eternity living through the body mind. So this body mind is a vehicle between the eternity, divinity to the maternity, and it makes a unified wholeness. And this is the oneness without the two. Otherwise, you're torn apart between the material and spiritual, spiritual and material. Of course, the mind wants both, but as the Lord says, you cannot serve the two masters. The masters are not outside, those are your own created ignorance, becoming from the being space. The being is the infinite consciousness, and becoming is the mind, mental, egotistic, acquiring power. power word should go into the superpower. Superpower is all about universal energy, which is the Mother Earth, Mother Air, Mother Sunlight, Moonlight, the dance of the solar and lunar through the breath, through the breath. Breath is gone, your little me, I is gone. Therefore, wake up now. Actually, that's why people this life is also a learning all differences that I do not need to burn my hand to learn that the fire is hot. The mother will tell the child already. The same way, actually, it is uh, it's stupid, ignorant to be in the suffering. But imagine we ask for it. So it's more easier to be blissful. Only difference is you will wake up or the universe will wake you up. So it's up to you. You are stuck in time or timelessness. Of course, mind always want timelessness because when you are in love, the time is no longer. That's why in the scriptures describe that in the paradise time is no longer. But that can be only here now. Om Shanti. This is a simple operation like operation of the body. This is the operation of becoming to into being. Then there is no more running, seeking. The very seeker is the sought. And that's the state of drunk. Drunk is drunk. It does not know. It does not want to know. And that is the imagine. That's what you said, the other word, the balanced drunk, blunt drunk. But people lose the balance. They want more, or less. And then they are less drunk, they want to drink more. This imbalance is called by themselves. It's like a foolish person, the door open toward you and you are pushing. You can try 5 year, 50 year, or 500 year, pushing. A simple secret, the door open, the very Wanting and seeking and running is the problem. You are the problem. Now people ask again the techniques, the technique givers, the gurus, and all. With respect to all that is within you as you. God, you as you. As that's why the scripture says, Tattvam Asi, thou art that. This is it. That is this. Tattvam Asi. And that's why the says neti neti, neither this nor that, because with the mind try to grasp it, understand it through linear thinking. Oh, you will miss it again. This is the beautiful gesture of head to heart, from becoming head to the heart being. And that can be a divine blessing or divine greetings, actually. It's not that Indian or Asian. No, becoming to being. Om Shanti. Now, any questions? Oh, we forgot. Yeah, should have told. We put in not yet. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, another kind request of any question, any inquiry is not well organized, but Maharaji Foundation and the number 323-540-3867, please text. Any free question, always no donations, no money, because the air is free, breathing is free. Om Shanti.